Hi everybody out there, I'm Ilushia. Today I'm playing Marathon and this is going to be awesome. Marathon is a game that released in 1993. It was one of the very first-person shooters and was one of the ones that I grew up with. It's really good. I really wish I could show you the splash screens that load when the game starts. Unfortunately, attempting to record them crashes fraps, so I can't show them to you. If you can go and find them, I suggest you do, because they're actually kind of awesome. In a very understated sort of way. The game has the tagline, "Somewhere in the heavens, they are waiting." And there is actually quite a lot of plot line in this game, so I'm going to start this by reading out something from the game manual. This is the prologue introduction thing from the game manual. Primary booster burn has ceased. Shuttle Maratha, you are clear for orbital maneuvering. The Maratha lurches from its bay on the back of its powerful rocket booster. After the jolting of the separation ceases, you find yourself pondering the fate of the colony receding below you. With apprehension, the same apprehension you felt 322 years earlier, you envision Marcus Tiberius Buendia, one of Sol's great leaders. Mankind will venture out past its earthly bonds and move into a future grander and more real than the total of its own written history. Buendia, the president of the United Earth Space Council, had spoken these words to the people of the Sol System on the eve of the launching of the Marathon. This, the greatest achievement mankind has ever conceived, will be for the purpose of peace and preservation of the human race. May the great technological arc carry the sum total of all human knowledge. And may neither time nor distance weaken our common ties. Durandal, decompress the docking bay. During the daydream, you barely notice the change to zero gravity or the instruments and lights that signify the rendezvous of the shuttle to the Marathon. But as a warning light goes on and Durandal's voice comes out of the communicator, you jump to attention. Docking bay 1, decompression completed. Maratha, this is Durandal. Abort landing. Repeat, abort landing. A faint chuckle, a chuckle that means something has gone horribly wrong. Immediately, your reflexes take over as you fall into automatic response mode. You hit the switch for open communication. Colony Station, Durandal just decompressed the landing bay. Marathon, anyone listening, we have a problem with Docking Bay 1. It's Durandal, I think he's gone. The comm light goes dead. Crazy. Durandal, order, lock out communication between the colony and the shuttle. Order, cycle the shuttle airlock. You look frantically around the control panel for some explanation when you see another light on the panel turn red. The sweet voice of the shuttle computer twerps. Shuttle airlock cycle initiated. Sequence start. Durandal, cycle the Maratha cabin's inner door. 1 minute to cabin decompression. God damn it! You slam your fist in frustration onto the control board, leaving a dent. In a panic, you tear off your seat restraints and leap to the rear of the shuttle cabin. 40 seconds to cabin decompression. You are rushing now, but you know that you have plenty of time. You fly in zero gravity towards the hangar, holding your battle armor. You haven't worn it since you had to hunt down some Chakosans, which were harassing the work teams on the fringe of the colony. Almost 3 years ago. But training is something you never forget. It's funny, you've always been the colony's troubleshooter. You're the biggest and the strongest, and a better shot. In games, you always scored the most points and looked the hero. And now here it looks as if you're heading right into the colony's biggest crisis since it was established 7 years ago. You nimbly pull yourself into the suit. 30 seconds to cabin decompression, and pull the helmet onto your head. Durandal, order, prepare the shuttle for maximum engine burn. Maratha's computer, but that will result in a collision between the Marathon and the Maratha. Durandal, that is not your concern. Order, prepare the shuttle for maximum burn and initiate when ready. The lights around the airlock are flashing hysterically now. The air from your suit has a cold, stale taste, but it is the taste of life. Cabin decompression commencing. Shuttle airlock cycle initiated. Sequence completed. Gray-white decompressing vapor fills the cylindrical passageway of the airlock. Through the degenerating clouds of the airlock passageway, instead of looking upon the Tau Ceti starscape, you see the Tuncer mirage effect, space blurring and focusing in diminishing cycles. The TMA is commonplace to you. Humanity has used teleporters for almost 500 years, and you yourself have been teleporting since before you were born. But you've never seen the TME cover an area so big before, and never at all without a landing pad. And yet, another first, a space fighter materializes right in front of your eyes. Since you don't recognize that at all, it must be an alien ship. First an insane computer, and now aliens? This has almost ruffled your otherwise calm outward appearance, and you don't remember the last time you had such a terrible day. But it gets worse when the fighter begins to spin around and yaw down on you and your defenseless Maratha. Maximum burn in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. You don't wait to hear the rest of the countdown. Instinct acts on its own. The entrance to the maneuvering pod is directly behind you, so you punch the switch for it open. The hatch flips down, but just as you are about to climb in, the Murata's main engines fire at maximum burn. The jolt sends you crashing headfirst into the pod, where you land in a tangle of levers, dials, and limbs. The hatch closes behind you, and before you can untangle yourself, a missile appears from under the alien fighter and speeds towards the Murata. The Murata onboard computer, detecting the incoming missile and knowing that you are already on board the MP, fires the emergency deployment charges. You are rocketed away, seeming to ride the shockwave of the exploding shuttle. You have just freed your arms over the battle arm when over the battle armor communicator, Durandal remarks dryly, "That little computer always did have impeccable timing. I wonder if I should let the aliens know you aren't just space debris." "You can't do that! Damn you, computer!" Durandal chuckles again. "Ah, lucky you. I've found another distraction. I'm gonna go play with the alien virtual parasites. I'll look you up when you arrive." You can almost imagine the face of a wicked computer with its eyes wide and its lips folding into a grotesque smile. A smile which reminds you of something from your past, but you can't remember exactly what it is. You breathe a sigh of relief and begin to survey the situation. You are currently floating towards the midsection of the Marathon, near the docking section's port side. You can get there faster, but if you use the pod's thrusters, chances are that the aliens will detect it and destroy you. So you sit back, check the pod's oxygen levels, and wait. You've always been a daydreamer. Your mind has constantly filled the time between the activities of its imagination. Now you fall into your old habit and begin to daydream about your childhood on Mars, and your father's death when you were 7, and his last words to you, "Make me proud, never lose your honor." You come out of your daydream 22 minutes later. Judging it safe, you thrust over to one of the empty MP docking bays. You pull out your pistol and pound the switch to open the door. Oddly, this is familiar to you, as if it were from an old dream, but you can't exactly remember. That is the introduction to Marathon as presented in their manual. It's pretty impressive, especially for the era that this was made. This has an amazingly good plotline. So I'll be reading all of the terminals. I'll try to show you all of the secret terminals and try to explain when I need to. This is our first alien. Let's shoot it. The aliens in this game actually have detection for sound. So when you discharge weapons or kill things around them, they will come and try to kill you. Which is pretty impressive considering that this was made in 1993 when Doom 2, I think, was brand new. UESC Marathon. Message to all Marathon terminals. Marathon Emergency Systems broadcast. Today at 08:20 hours, the Marathon came under surprise attack from an unknown hostile forces. The Marathon has sustained serious damage. At 08:30 hours, alien forces boarded the Marathon. The current situation is dire. All personnel are required to arm themselves and fight for their lives. Incoming message from Leela. Welcome to the Marathon. I am Leela, one of the 2 remaining artificial intelligences aboard the Marathon. I have been severely damaged and am working to understand the current situation. Find the teleport terminal located in the hangar's control room. By that time, I should have a better idea of what's going on. This is where you are now. From here, you can explore the rest of the hangar area, although not all of the doors on this level are functioning. This is the pattern buffered at this location. There's a jump pad at this location. Activate the terminal to leave the hangar area. So our objective is just to get to the end of the level. But it gives us context, which is really important. In much the same way that like World of Warcraft gave context to the grind of MMOs, this game gave context to the first-person shooter, which was really impressive at the time because pretty much nobody did that. I mean, keep in mind that when this game came out, Wolfenstein 3D and Doom 3 were brand new. Doom 2 were brand new practically. So most games were just run and gun, shoot whatever you can, pick up keys, open doors, run through the levels thing. This is a neat little touch. This is the landing bay, and down there you can see the landing shuttle pad thing that we landed in. You didn't get to see the splash screen for the beginning of this chapter. I'm sorry. There was no way I could record that without crashing the recording software, so I can't show that to you. Again, it's kind of neat, and I recommend going and looking for it if you can. And I just woke up an alien I didn't need to wake up. That's kind of bad. It's not really bad, because you can't actually get to me out here, but it's kind of annoying. And there's a bunch of aliens in here, so we're going to run backwards, and as you can see, the shots from aliens have actual, like, trajectory and speed, so you're supposed to actually dodge them most of the time. The interesting thing is that the bullets from this gun actually are not hit scan either. They actually have trajectory and speed. It's just that their speed is so high and they're invisible that it looks like they do. This is the pattern buffer. Pattern buffers heal you. I'm sorry, you can see I already have a saved game here. This is because I had a failed recording. Yes, I'm going to overwrite it. Switches, like the one I just hit, do all kinds of stuff all over the place. So they're usually pretty good to hit. There are some that will get you into trouble if you hit them. There's an alien enemy. This is the first compiler I think we've fought. We don't actually know any of their names. I will probably be referring to them by names because, oh my god, aliens, it just doesn't sound as good. You can go through these side tunnels, but there isn't actually anything down them that I can recall. This is just a big maze, but there's fairly simple to get through if you know how. So you can open your map, and you can see where stuff is if you need to. So this is level 1, Arrival. A lot of the levels have really pissed me. Ow. I was not expecting that there. Let me pull out my fist. Ow, ow, ow. I'm really low on health. I may actually have to try and find the healing thing. There is a healing point on this level. There are no healing pickups in single player that I can recall. You pick up, instead you find terminals that heal you. We'll probably see one of those pretty shortly. Do I remember where that is? I do not. That's bad. Oops. I fell down the thing. I did not mean to fall down. Great. Ow! Wow. So the first episode and I've died. That's just awful. But now you get to see how the pattern buffer works. It just respawns you where the pattern buffer was instantly. I cannot believe I died on level 1 in the very first episode. Man, I had a failed recording of this where I did this pretty much perfectly and came through it with almost no damage. That's really embarrassing. This is so bad. It's like, here's a game that I've played for years that I really love, but I haven't played it in a long time. I'm going to pull out my fists. You can actually punch things in this game. Punching things is actually a pretty good strategy sometimes. Ow. Because it causes things to flinch. Any hit in this game causes the enemies to flinch generally, and flinches reset their attack animations. So you can actually just stand here and punch things to death. I won't be doing that very often, because it takes a long time. The other interesting thing is that you run in this game. It's not the default setting. In the remake, you have an auto-run function. In the original, you didn't. But if you run, you can directly... if you punch someone in the face while running, it does actually do extra damage. So there is actually hit for, like, charge damage in this game, which is really strange because that wasn't something that really existed at the time that I can recall. I can't think of a single other game from that era of gaming that did that. Of course, I can't think of very many that actually had fist weapons at all. There's something shooting at me, and I don't know where. That's bad. The thing in the bottom left is your motion detector. It does not show you exactly where enemies are. It shows you where motion is around you. So enemies who are standing still will not show up on it. So it's something to be aware of. You can get snuck up on aliens if you're not careful. I go down here. This is... What is this? It's just the way back, I guess. Okay. I have no idea how I actually got here. Okay, so we go this way. Sorry, I'm fumbling around a little bit. I'm a little bit lost right now. I know there's a healing thing somewhere around here. I just don't remember exactly where it is. If I go down here, I get to a different area. And this area, I think, is where it is. I go down these tunnels. There is a... Aha, here it is. This is a healing... you gotta not move while you're doing it. It is a healing thing. You activate it, it restores your shields. Your health level is your shields. That's the little red bar in the bottom. I'm going to punch another one of these things to death because I don't feel like wasting ammo and I'm a little short on ammo right now. You will run out a lot of short on ammo if you're not careful because the game is a little tight with ammo, but on normal difficulty, I'm not even sure there is a difficulty modifier on this version. The original definitely had one. The remake may not. I haven't been able to find it. So anyway, fire and plank aspects of the theory are as follows. Each society has some controlling force or forces which decide its direction, but the relationships in society are arbitrary. Human could relate to money, machines, neighbors, anything really. Logical reset. Individual character and personality are preserved in stories, movies, ROM personalities, etc. Although individual expression is a universal ability, individual freedom is constrained by the society. See attached figure. This is kind of weird. There are a lot of really weird terminals like that you'll run into all throughout the game. There are some that are sort of like Easter egg kind of special things, and I'll try to show those off. A lot of them are just like philosophy and weird information. This game's got a lot of strange things in it. It's very deep in some senses and very confusing in others, and I'll probably talk about some of that along the way. Right now, it's just a game where you run through corridors and shoot aliens. And this is a room full of aliens, so I'm going to shoot them. Because that's what you do in a game that's about running through corridors shooting aliens. I mostly play the game... I've played this game for a long, long time. It came out when I was like 10, and I think I got it brand new. Oops, I actually didn't mean to fall down there. That makes this a little bit more dangerous because I can't take cover quite so easily. But thankfully, these guys are pretty easy. One of the interesting things is if you fall down here, I didn't show it off right here, but I may show it off later. If you fall down and you get the ranged enemies to hit their allies, they will actually aggro one another and kill each other. So you can actually make your enemies kill one another instead of having to fight them. These guys are awake because I woke up that guy earlier. This is a switch, which opens this door over here. This door, I didn't show it to you before, which I probably should have. You can come in through the thing right near the beginning, and you can see, like, through here, but this door is unactivatable. Let's think why that one is. That's the door that should be out from the landing bay, I believe. Yeah, that should be the outdoor of the landing bay. I don't know how we got to the place we restarted, because there's no physical way for us to have gotten there in the way that the level is designed. But hey, whatever. It's a game that's designed for running around and killing aliens. You can't expect it to be too continuity heavy. It mostly does that really well, though, and I will be talking about that. You have to be a little careful around these things, because potentially you can actually get crushed to death by them. I love the hearing protection required while in use. The original textures were way lower quality than this. This remake is really, really good. I highly recommend it. If you like what you see, go download it, play it. It's tons of fun. So we're going to go this way. There is a secret in this level, which I want to show off. Another one, other than that's that journal that I found. I believe I have to fall down... Okay, this is where we want to go. Sorry. It's just past where the elevator was. I made that way more complicated than it needed to be. If you run diagonally across that, you don't fall far enough before you get here, so you can just step up that little gap. And you go this way, and you get another terminal. This is a bunch of junk code. The junk code, I don't remember if it's this one or another one. There is a junk code terminal in the game that if you take the code and you put it through a hex editor, it produces the marathon symbol, which I thought was kind of cool. There's a lot of little things like that, and it's kind of hard to tell what parts of them are actually like Easter eggs and which ones aren't. So we've got another entrance to this room down here. If we head around to the edge and we run this way, we can get up on this ledge, and then there's a secret up here. And that gives us missiles, flamethrower, and some assault rifle ammo, none of which we have right now. I don't even remember where you get the flamethrower. It's been a long time since I played this. But that's the first level. There's an enemy still running around somewhere in here, and I don't know where. Probably somewhere in that corridor area. It may be a compiler, because I heard it firing earlier. But this has been level 1. Here's the closing text. Incoming message from Leela. All the information I have gathered so far indicates that the alien invasion of the Marathon has been relatively uncoordinated. I suspect that this is partially due to the Marathon's large size. However disorderly the alien invasion is, their assault on the computer net has been extremely effective. I detect security breaches in almost every computer system on board the Marathon. I have learned that there is an alien creature that is capable of interfacing with our systems. You must kill any of these creatures that you find. It is a priority that we stop them. Even now they are penetrating my defenses. Teleport now. End message. Dump pod activation initiation start. Transport when they're ready. And we teleport away to level 2. This is level 2. Oops. I turned the sound volume up and down. Bigger guns nearby. This is a second level. So next time we'll handle this. I hope you all enjoyed this. Please join me again. I'm Ilushia. This has been awesome. Thank you for watching. See you later.